an indigene of the state, was allegedly brutalized by agents of the state government. Now, the National Industrial Court had issued a temporary injunction prohibiting the NLC and TUC from embarking on any action. Workers in the state have shunned the strike order as they, the workers, stormed Government House in Owerri in solidarity with Governor Hope Uzodinma. Now, let's share that moment with you, please. Watch on.
I'll start first by thanking you. By thanking you for your kindness, for your understanding. Even though we've been able to achieve some things, it's still work in progress. I want to return the dignity of civil service. We will not stop. We have done the promotion. You were supposed to start receiving your salary last month. But the civil servants, the committee, almost quarreled with me because I asked, where is the new salary? Where is the new salary? I'm sure the chairman of Civil Service Commission must have told you. I'm sure the head of service must have told you. Now, let me tell you one thing that singled you out for commendation. When politicians had nothing to accuse me of, then I said I'm making case on your behalf that I'm going salaries. I asked them, who are the complainants? Up to now, they have not shown me the complainants. So, all this is just politics. But let me tell you, before I leave my government, people will be struggling to be a civil servant. Outside the statutory responsibility of government, it is not about paying salary. It's about helping you to grow your career. When you are due for promotion, you should be promoted. At the end of the month, your salary should be paid to you. At the end of the year, you should receive your 13th month. Anything that will make civil service good, government will do. When I started minimum wage, you didn't go on strike before I did it. When they removed fuel subsidy, I increased to 40,000. You did not go on strike before I did it. When I brought 13th month, you did not go on strike. So the man telling you to go on strike now, what is the offense? A marriage that is working, can you seek for divorce? This marriage, is it not working? It's working. So I want to thank you for coming. The victory is your victory. So I thank you. I'm very happy for you. And I want to continue to cooperate and collaborate. And we shall work together. And together we will build a new Imo. Don't be afraid. Government is their own.
All right, CK, I must start with you.
Why?
That's your state, that's your governor. Tony, politics has become so expensive in my country that you think it's so expensive to be defeated. So that's your governor's reaction.
Yes, citizen. Is the marriage not working?
Yeah, there's no divorce, so it's working.
Good, so that's what he said. So a marriage that is working, there's no need for divorce. Yes, it's good to hear that. But on a more serious note, the issue and what is happening in Imo State is some kind of, it's not a palatable one to some of us, so those of us from Imo State, apart from being a journalist, I'm not feeling happy about what is going on. But from all indication, it seems that we are getting to the end of the tunnel as far as this issue is concerned. I personally, over and over again, will say it.
Are you seeing a light at the end of that tunnel?
Yes, I will give you reasons. I say that I personally condemn the act of brutality meted out to the president of NLC in Imo State for whatever reason. That ought not to happen. Unfortunately, I was in Imo within that period because I was attending the conference of senior police officers from the rank of commissioners of police to IGP that held in Imo State for 3 days. And that happened. And quite unfortunate also that nobody has been brought to book. But report coming in this
Nobody
afternoon.
has been
Brought to book.
Okay.
But report coming in this afternoon from the office of the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu,
Yes.
says that those behind that act have been arrested. That is the latest report coming out this afternoon through a press release from his office. So that has been put in place. Secondly, you know that the Inspector General of Police, Kaude Egbetokun, also constituted a committee to look into what happened in Imo and, if possible, bring all those that were involved to book. So that is why I was saying I am looking at end of lights at the end of the tunnel. But all in all, the question I ask myself is that why had this strike as it is it something that is worth it? My personal opinion.
Okay.
Is it right at this point in time as well? My personal opinion is that this strike is not necessary. And why did I say so? The fact that, yes, the president of NLC, like every other Nigerian, have a right to protest. That has been taken care of. The Constitution, 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has taken care of that. And no single Nigerian needs a permit to protest in Nigeria. That has been decided up to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Remember in the days of protests in Lagos, in Yaba, Ganifa and the rest, when they were assembling in Yaba, you see police come around, start guessing that they didn't have the permit. That has been settled. So you don't need any police permit to protest in as much as possible. In fact, what has been decided is that the police should provide security for those protesting so that it will be as peaceful as possible. Where police can only interject is where it gets out of hand. But when it comes to the issue of protest, you can only start, you don't know how to end.
Yeah.
We saw what happened during the EndSARS. But coming to this, I personally feel that this was not necessary for now. I thought that the NSC president should have waited.
But let me clear one thing. Okay. Are you telling me you do not require a permit to go on strike?
You don't? No.
Okay.
Protest. Oh. Protest. I'm talking of protest.
Strike. No, protest strike.
There's a difference between strike and protest.
Okay.
Protest. You do not need a permit. You don't need.
Should you inform the police that you are going on a protest, or
if you like, you inform the police. You don't like, you don't inform the police. What? But the essence of informing the police, as I said, is to be able to protect, provide, bring some kind of protection for you, so that it will not be hijacked. But that you need police permit, no. That is.
Chris, Tony is one of us, but he's also a lawyer, so he knows what he's saying. But how do you react to it?
Yes, truly. You don't need a permit to protest as a citizen of the country. But let's go back to Imo. What's going on in Imo? I don't really. I'm not getting it clear yet.
Okay.
Yeah, because
what's not clear? What's not clear to you?
For instance, the clip we just watched.
That the marriage is working.
It's not real. It's not working.
How do you know it's not working?
It's not working because, according to you, the reason, what reason?
Okay.
Okay. I know the crisis started in Imo. Based on the fact.
Tony, there's a little problem with your mic. We are working seriously on it. But in the intervening period, we'll join, Jide is joining us electronically. So we say good evening to Jide. How are you?
Good evening, Citizen Jones and the gang.
All right then. How do you react to the situation, the unfolding situation or scenario in Imo State?
The Imo situation is a unique one in a way. We have the NLC president purporting to fight for labor in the state, purporting to put the affairs of the NLC in Imo State, purporting to make their matter a priority. And clearly, labor leaders and their members are in bed with the governor of the state. So, whom really are you fighting for? And that is why many people believe that this issue is political and that Ajero is just misusing his powers as the NLC president. But in Imo State, public schools were open and they actually worked for half a day. Imo State University open. Civil servants went to work. The secretariat was really bubbling. And most banks also opened, although they also didn't work for the normal full hours, perhaps precautionary in case things degenerate later in the day. So we have a situation in which the state where the strike should have been most effective, where compliance with the directive of the NLC should have been fully 100%, where there should have been 100% compliance with the directive of the NLC, is a state where you actually would not know that there was any strike. Even the airport in Owerri, people were flying, no disruption at all. So all along, this is an unpopular strike. And to worsen matters, to show just how irresponsible some people are in the labor movement.
Yeah, we're listening.
Have the national grid shut down. As we speak now, there is complete.
Looks like we are having glitches there. Okay.
I've been shut down as we speak. So you cannot, electricity workers cannot go on strike. It is against the law. If we have labor leadership that is encouraging electricity workers to go on strike, it means that they are a lawless bunch, and something has to be done. The last time people tried to do this or did this, they went to jail. It's like police going on strike. If this kind of situation continues and we have lawlessness on our hands, we will find ourselves in a situation in which the army will go on strike, the police will go on strike. The law does not permit electricity workers to go on strike. Well, here is Ajero leading electricity workers to go on strike. It's not the first time. It's not the first time, it's wrong. It happened in Kaduna, they shot the grid. Now we've been told that 33 kVA lines have been shot. Businesses inevitably will suffer as a result of this. When they picketed the airports the other day, the private airlines, they suffered. What is the business of private airlines with the strike? Because an NSC chairman was beaten. You cannot suffer a whole country because your chairman was beaten or your president was beaten. It is wrong. So
all right.
I just hope that they'll be able to appeal to these people to allow reason to prevail. We can't run a country like this. It makes no sense.
Okay. All right, Jide, we'll get back to you. Tony, to err is human. Mm-hmm. to blame it on somebody else is politics. Did you get that?
That's what it's looking like. I would have, you see, would have averted this whole strike if the state government had done the needful by simply apologizing. I will never subscribe to the fact that the chief labor officer in Nigeria, irrespective of the personality, was beaten blue, black. And then nothing happened. It's not proper.
No, but he has told you the folks supposedly behind it have been arrested.
No, I saw one in that clip.
You don't trust that?
Clip, the special advisor to the governor on special duties. It was in that clip. I said this clip was taken last week because the NSA just said today that the culprits have been arrested.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying one. So let's be realistic. If you want to get this country running properly, things must be done properly.
Yeah.
You cannot beat up because if we allow it to slide, it will happen. I'm not particularly interested in the occupier of the office, the personality, his political leaning or otherwise. It's irrespective at this point. The fact is that he was beaten, and what a responsible state government ought to have done is to first and foremost, just as IGs and the Inspector General of Police said, I think 5 days after this whole thing, that investigation has been launched. But it goes beyond that. I've listened to the governor twice. He jokes about it. It's wrong. Politics is not everything. Politics is not everything at all. So that's why I have a problem with this.
Yeah.
We're talking about...
Let me say one thing. You may not like it,
Okay.
but I'll say it all the same. CK also hear it. Common sense is not a gift, but a punishment, because you have to use it with millions of others who don't have it. So it's my country, your country.
Yes.
So we keep watching and waiting.
Yes.
We keep watching... Oh, sorry.
Yes, citizen.
Yeah.
Yes, just to add, Tony, the governor came out to apologize.
I saw that. That's
Good. Yeah, I'm just coming. The governor came out to apologize. He did that on the national TV a few days ago. And he said that what happened shouldn't have happened. Whether it should have been properly handled, I agreed with him. The fact remains, the grace of this matter is that must NLC go on strike based on what happened? That is my own personal feeling.
Okay.
And I said, no. You know why? Because we have a much, much bigger elephant in the house.
Yeah.
The issue of don't forget that the TUC and NLC also issued a 7-day ultimatum to the federal government to meet its demand, or else it will go on strike. This strike is because of what happened in Imo. Does it mean that after this strike, or what, in the next 7 days again, they are going to call Nigerians out again for another strike on the palliative?
Gentlemen, no, we can't dissipate energy on it. We have other stories to take. So we go to our next story. So we talk money. You know, a central bank or the apex bank of a country is a public institution that's responsible for implementing the monetary policy, managing the national currency, and of course, controlling money supply. Our Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has been in the eye of the storm lately. Experts say the apex bank caused it all. Debatable. Now, the bank, we must report, has announced its intention to extend the validity of the old 200 naira, 500 naira, and 1,000 naira notes indefinitely. Has it any choice in this circumstance, Tony?
I think we did, because even I think earlier this week I heard rumor that there's shortage of cash, and banks are beginning to put limits, ceilings on customers' withdrawal. I even heard that part of the north, it was becoming difficult to even access cash. So what the CBN is doing at this point is working, and I think it's timely too, because we don't want to face
what we
faced earlier this year, prior to the presidential election.
Yeah.
I've never seen it in my life, but it happened. Suddenly people were buying cash, with their own money, to even access it was difficult. So a reoccurrence of it will not be welcome. I've been curious all this while, though, and I pray that the current management of the CBN will address it. We said we printed new currency note. You hardly go to the bank. You hardly go to the bank to get this
crispy note.
You hardly see it. And we spend so much. on this. So the question I'm asking, where are these new notes? What we see today is the old notes. So what happened to that to the brand new note you say we printed? This is November. We're approaching December. Anytime from now, and just like a year plus. I mean, there are questions Nigerians should ask at every point in time.
To think that a national holiday is in the offing.
Yeah, it's in your, and of course, you know what the implication of such.
Yeah.
So anytime from now, it snowball into something else.
Chris, we cannot go through the blues again.
You cannot dance reggae and dance blues at the same time. Now you are talking about blues. And that's the fact. You know, I totally agree with Tony. I think CBN, in his wisdom, have done the right thing. Because based on the information pushed out, initially, these old notes, 200, 500, and 1,000, up to lapsed by the 31st of December, which is just barely about probably 6 months from now. Then the question I've always asked is that if we've not started replacing the old notes by now, then when are we going to do that?
If the new notes are there.
That is what, you are saying the same thing, citizen.
In different ways.
In different ways. You know, so, but I think they'll be able to look at the situation and say that they're going to shoot themselves in the foot if they continue to go on this road, which is why they have asked themselves that. But the problem I have there is that for how long will you continue having the old and new notes being circulated side by side? That in itself is a problem. There must be, we may end up deciding what we want to do. We want to retain the old notes and we withdraw the new ones since we don't have enough of it. Or are we going to be having the new notes? Then we try to print more and withdraw the. It's so obvious that the former CBN governor did a very, very dirty job in the person of Emefiele. The first time in history of Nigeria, you saw Nigerians using Naira to buy Naira. Where in the world? In fact, at the point, it was more easier for you to access the dollar than accessing Naira. It was that bad. I think this is a bet. The CBN still have to come out to tell us.
But let's go home with the fact that CBN says the old notes
and the new
legal tender
for now, and there's no time, and there's no time frame to that. Indefinitely, so that you don't see the market. If you know these things in Lagos and the other cities, when you go to the villages, that's why you have the problem. Once they hear that there is a time, they say, when you bring the old one, now they say, no, you can't come and say Migba.
All right. So how about us making some money now?
No, it's essence.
Let's go on a break now, commercial break. We should be back shortly. Please stay with us.
In today's world, our lifestyle, both at work and at play, depends on connectivity. Our connectivity depends on the devices that make it possible, and these devices depend on electric power. When power fails, our life shrinks, our work drops, and our joy dips. JRB Solar Energy Systems are here to ensure that we enjoy uninterruptible power, uninterruptible joy. Whether you're running a business, an institution, or just a home you return daily to rest, JRB has got you covered. No project is too big for our super digital inverters, long-lasting batteries, and efficient solar panels. Go. Dream on. Change your world. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights, and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. With JRB, the sun's gonna shine on everything you do.
Okay then, let's talk policing. Now, people's perceptions and expectations of policing and the form of policing services vary from country to country, especially in the sub-Saharan region of Africa. For a virtually under-policed environment like ours, sustaining the posting of police personnel to VIPs in the country is anathema to the noble art. Well, President Bola Tinubu, it appears, has waded in. He has ordered the withdrawal of police personnel from VIPs, and as far as he is concerned, it is imperative for the police to take back their normal duty, as spelled out in both the Constitution and the Police Act. Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
No, we are not there yet.
Okay.
From all indications.
We're still far from home?
Far from home. Because if you look at it, the current personal strength of the Nigerian police is about 350,000, as it were.
371, yeah.
Yes, that is about 300.
Yes.
And 350,000 of
It's the same thing.
Just policing about 230 million Nigerians. Do the math.
Inadequate.
And we are told that about close to about 100,000 of those policemen have been assigned to VIPs.
Yeah.
So
like you.
Like you, citizen.
Okay.
So we're not talking about 250 to 270 policemen policing over 200 million Nigerians. It's not possible. Then the question has always been that, why is it that every IGP that comes, immediately he takes office, the first thing he says, I remove, or I don't want to see any checkpoint, police checkpoints on the roads. I have removed all policemen guiding VIPs. And at the end of it all, nothing happens.
Tony, if you carry a new broom, you go sweep everything.
We have had this time and time. But the difference now is that the president is coming now to say, never in the history of Nigeria have I seen any president say, we are going to withdraw these policemen from VIPs. The primary responsibility of the police is the security, internal security of the country. The army and other armed forces have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
They are supposed to deal with external aggression. It is here that we are combining army, navy, and the rest of them to do the job of the police.
Tony, but that appears to me to be a tall order.
It's a tall order. It's a tall order based on what Siken just said.
Yeah.
In the sense of implementation, it's not supposed to be a tall order anyway.
Yeah.
It's not supposed. The Minister of Police Affairs, speaking yesterday, I think 2 days ago, said, this is not new. We've heard it before. Repeating what previous, police
Bosses
Minister of Police have said. My own problem is the implementation, because we just drive on Nigerian roads. A new IG just comes and he tells you we're going to remove all roadblocks, and then you travel and you still see them there, and you'll be telling them, "Are you the IG?" Implementation is a problem. It would have been a better policy if properly implemented. Because just as Siken said, we have 371,000 policemen.
Officers.
So a majority of them, we ordinarily want to be a VIP. Be posted to a VIP unit, because majority don't want to do that real police work. I've followed some interview granted to some police officers, and they prefer to
enforcing the president's order.
Enforcing the president. Let me rephrase it.
Okay,
it's doable because now the president is interested, and as I said earlier, apart from the president being interested, he's not going to do it himself. That's why we have the Minister of Police Affairs. And as I said earlier, he said they are going to do it, not the IG of police.
Yeah.
So, again, implementation, not headline. We want to go out there tomorrow and see it's done. Because right now, what we have in the Nigerian police is more like VIP protection unit.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's what Nigerian police is looking like. And it shouldn't be. Because
you could have been a police officer and then posted to one of these people. Removing you from that beat becomes a...
You're no longer a policeman. Because we see what they turned them to in the marketplace.
All right. I'm wondering what Jide, how his reaction to this would be. Jide, since a politician never believes what he says, he's quite surprised that Nigerians are surprised to be taken at his words. Do you believe Mr. President's order will sail through?
First and foremost, there is a lot of misconception about the directive. The directive only affects the police mobile force. It's the police mobile force, not it does not
the general
attend to regular policemen. because VIPs are legally and statutorily allowed to have police escort. For example, the Senate President is a VIP. He's entitled to this police escort. So at no time did they say there is a blanket ban, there will be a blanket removal of escorts for VIPs. They only said that police mobile force unit members guarding VIPs are going to be removed. Let me try to read what the police, the response to what is out there. First and foremost, let us be clear: at no point did the force intend to strip VIPs who are legally and statutorily entitled to police escorts of their security details. Doing so will be unsafe and counterproductive. Instead, the objective is to reassign the withdrawn PMF personnel to the recently established Special Intervention Squad. For those who genuinely require specialized police escorts, this vital service will continue to be provided by other units of the force, such as the Special Protection Unit. However, individuals who do not fall within and enjoy such legal framework for such security details will be strictly screened and other applications thoroughly assessed for consideration if necessary. To eliminate any misunderstanding, it is crucial to clarify that the withdrawal of police mobile force personnel does not equate to a blanket ban on all police officers from providing VIP escort services. This withdrawal pertains specifically to police mobile force personnel who are just one unit within the broader police force. We encourage everyone to read the full content of our press statement rather than giving headlines and whimsical meanings and spreading distorted information. So it is impossible to withdraw police escorts from VIPs, to do a blanket withdrawal. But there are some VIPs who go around with up to 10, 20 mobile police force officers.
Yeah.
These are the people who will be affected. Get yourself regular policemen, armed policemen, not the police mobile force personnel, because those are among the best trained in the police, and we need them for much more important services in the broader interest of our country. For example, if we want to quell riots somewhere, they are best equipped to do that. In fact, some mobile police units can tackle insurgency. We've seen it done in Maiduguri, where the head of the mobile police unit actually led his men to go and free soldiers who had been abducted by Boko Haram fighters. So we need such highly trained, highly...
All right.
in securing our country as a whole, not simply protecting VIPs. I think their point is clear, and I agree with them that VIPs don't necessarily need those police mobile force officers.
Protecting them. All right.
Please, can I chip in this?
Many thanks.
Just briefly.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I don't have a problem with VIPs using policemen as security and all that. But the situation whereby, for instance, the Senate President should have like 15 police escorts, the Speaker, then you have seen how honorable members, some of them do have over 7. Then what is so one policeman to 1,000 population? That's what the United Nations projected.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, an individual is having 7. The Senate President is having maybe 15 or 20 most times.
Not only police.
So
not only police.
And then
because
you have
they have the
apart from
DSS.
the police, you have the DSS, you have the military. I mean, those are the issues. You have to look at the numbers.
I don't think Mr. Senate President has.
No, not in particular, but almost all of the state governors and all that. We need to check the numbers.
Citizen, is there no way to streamline this thing and tell Nigerians who and who deserve to have a police? You have even some celebrities, so-called celebrities, will be going with about 4 or 5 policemen.
Are they so-called?
Well, it depends on your definition.
Well, in the coming days, the picture will become clearer.
That is what we
So
want
they
to
need to
know.
be specific. Yeah,
Let
about
us
it.
let them be
Let's know
specific. Let us know who and who deserves to have this policeman.
Well, you know, earlier on you told me that you were seeing a tunnel and with a light.
There's a light on it.
Yeah. So we are all looking at that tunnel. We'll be back there.
It is well.
All right, to our next story. You know, quite apart from impacting the economy of the Southeast rather negatively, the enervating sit-at-home order invoked on the Southeast since August 2021 is seriously abridging the freedom of the people there to be themselves. Again, the Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, himself a proud Igbo son, has lamented that the sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, was impeding the growth and development of the Southeast region. A voice of reason, I'm told, is a person who influences others to act sensibly. Chris?
Yes, it's true.
That's your region.
Yes, it is my region. But I would say that there have been a lot of improvements in the Southeast in the last...
in the area of...
security, in the area of security.
Okay.
Yes, there have been. And I think this will be an opportunity for us to commend our security men, police, DSS, army, and the rest of them. There used to be a sit-at-home every Monday. It is, I will tell you for free, that has reduced drastically. Today, I spoke to somebody in Enugu. On Monday, the children have resumed schools on Mondays. It wasn't like that for a very, very long time. Let's now go to school on Mondays up to Friday. Markets are opening. I told you I was in Owerri for 3 days, and I was shocked by what I saw. It is not yet to whole, but there has been a lot of improvement. But can we still do more? Yes. And that is why I totally agree with the Deputy House of Reps Speaker, who is also from the Southeast, that at a point the economy of the Southeast have been totally eroded, had collapsed. A situation that if you get to places like Anambra State, where commerce thrives a lot, you see people now moving away from Onitsha and to Asaba, to live in Asaba. It's a fact. You see that Imo, Owerri, which used to be the capital of enjoyment, quote and unquote, hospitality, what we call Ungwari in my place.
Oh, really?
Yes, Ungwari. If you come to Owerri and let's give you a... that's why I like what my governor was saying. Imo is a place of hospitality. In the past, you see
Tony,
people come...
The marriage is working.
Yes, our marriage is working. And Tony, I also advise citizen. In the past, people leave Port Harcourt. Tony knows what I'm talking about. People leave Port Harcourt, Warri, and other parts of the South, and to come to Owerri to spend the weekend and go back on a Monday. But that has been eroded. So the agitation for me has really come down, but we can still do more because there's still the fear. There's the palliative fear with the people. It's not that people wouldn't want to come out on Mondays, on those days, but will they be protected? It's easier for you to say people should come out, but when they get killed, what happens? If they see that adequate security, then you can be able to do, and which is why some of us also believe that there is more, to solve this problem, there is more of a political way to solve this problem, rather than just engaging in arms. And that is why some of us from this part will say there is need for the federal government to also look at the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu as a person. He's a prisoner of war, but even at that, even the best of, in terms of war
of conscience.
Whether you call it conscience, you call it war, just war on just
using war as a loose term. Okay.
I still believe that also will go in along. For goodness sake, there are so many people. Let me give a class before I round up. Let me give a classical example. I was on my way to Owerri last week, and somebody sitting next to me is somebody from the South living in US. He just came home for a wedding in Lagos, and he told me that the reason why he's going to Owerri today It's because of the fact that they heard that the police were meeting in Owerri and they'll be there for 3 days.
Fortified.
That he will stay there for those few days, and anybody that wants to sing from his village should come to Owerri and sing, and you fly by. That is how bad it is. But I will tell you that the economic situation is improving. The governors of the South seems to be getting their act right, but we can still do more.
Yeah, Tony, at this point, it beggars the question of the choices we make. Whoever made that choice for the Southeast was undoing the region.
They didn't see it coming. They didn't see it coming. They saw it as a joke initially. Yeah, they saw it as a joke until it snowballed into this crisis level.
Yeah.
I listened to CKN, but I have issues with the governors of the Southeast. I think they lack cohesion and unity. And IPOB, because all these things started with IPOB declaration and directives for people to sit at home. And the Southeast governors were sitting. We have 5 states in the East. Southeastern Nigeria. 5 states. It's that unity that they lack that gave rise to this. Because when it came initially, we were just looking confused and lost. An individual gave a directive and it came to stay. That the sit at home, according to CKN, as partially. I called somebody on Monday last week on Onitsha, for instance. I'm particular about Onitsha. Nothing yet. People don't go out because, as we said, no one's going to go out. Yeah. The protection is not there. The police is scared, except for the military.
Tony, are you not scandalized that, in spite of all this, a certain Simon Ekpa is sitting in far away?
I was going there.
Yeah.
That's another issue, another angle entirely. That's where I want to call on the federal government. Because I don't know. At times I watch him and I'm wondering, he lives in a country, Finland, and the government of that country, what? I mean, I am yet to understand the right he has could cause war, killings in another country, and is secured. And the government is looking the other way. Is it that the Nigerian government is here to pull, make a move?
Yeah, so the Nigerian government should make...
They need to make they need to make a move. That's the truth. My opinion. They need to make a move to forestall another, because it's been every day you need to hear what he's saying. We cannot continue like that.
Let me make a move. We'll go on a commercial break. We'll be back. Please stay.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to officially welcome you to the grand launch of this wonderful initiative celebrating the completion of the first 2,000 vehicles assembled here in Ogba.
To the glory of God and to the benefit of mankind, I now officially commission the 2000 car itself, number 2000, built by GSC in conjunction with the Lagos State government as partners.
Our story began with the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between CIG Motor Company Limited and Lagos State Government sometime in September 2020 at the peak of COVID-19 pandemic. Once it was signed, my team and I struck for just one thing: deliver on the objective of the partnership.
You know that China and Nigeria are very important strategic partner, and during the past years, we are confident in the future of automobile industry.
Let us challenge you here now that 2,000 is just a small feat. The 5,000 and the 10,000 you promised me, go out there and get it done. We don't need Tokumbo vehicles. We need tier-rubber brand new vehicles in our country. And I can see, even from this place, that it is happening. Diana, thank you very much for showing the way. Hopefully many others will follow soon. I want to thank all of the banks that have also supported them. Let us reduce, our pressure on foreign currency so that indeed our kids, our youth, our young children, our young graduates can have a means of employment. Thank you very much for listening.
Okay, welcome back, folks. Quickly, we rejoin Jide. By the way, I should remind you, Jide is a titled chief in the Southeast. Yes. Jide, your region can do better than it's doing. Or don't you think so?
Yes, and it really makes me sad that some non-state actors have inflicted an unbearable pain on the people of the Southeast. They've succeeded in destroying the economy of the Southeast. They've succeeded in chasing away investors from the Southeast. The Igbo man is the king of commerce, and he likes to open his container on Monday mornings. Mm-hmm. But that is the day that they've chosen to tell our people not to come out of their
homes. Sure.
Are you there?
In which IPOP, which instituted this sit at home in the first place, has said we are no longer doing sit at home. When IPOP sent word through Nnamdi Kanu, some people said, oh, we want Nnamdi Kanu to say it by himself. Nnamdi Kanu then wrote in his own hand, respected people, like the king of Enugu Aguleri, along with Senator Mba, went to see him in the DSS cell. And he wrote a letter in his own hand saying, from now on, no more sit at home. That is Nnamdi Kanu. In spite of that, some people still continued.
Yeah, to take advantage.
Mm-hmm. First, it's no longer what IPOP instituted. That means it has been hijacked by undesirable cultists and other people. But it is a Southeast that is losing. Yes, we have improvement in Enugu State because from the get-go, Governor Mba made it clear that he does not want to hear anything about sit-at-home. Mm-hmm. He was really focused, and there's improvement from his end. When there is improved security in the Southeast, people will have the confidence to go about their normal duties. Look at the last election held in Imo. The boys threatened that they were going to disrupt the election. Mm. But with enough security men on ground, they did not take the risk to try to disrupt the election. When CKN and I went to attend the Army Day celebration, on the Monday we were moving around freely. There was even traffic in Owerri because the army dominated the entire area. The boys could not go out, not to talk of enforcing the sit at home. I mean, this causing people to suffer, inflicting pain on people, destroying people's businesses in the name of sit at home is something that has to come to an end. For it to come to an end, everybody must jump in. It's not just the job for Nigerian leaders alone. People must resist this version of civil disobedience because it is not benefiting anybody.
Yeah.
And since Nnamdi Kanu himself has said he's not interested anymore, Eze Chukwuemeka Eri is one of the most respected traditional rulers in Nigeria today. Because Eri is seen as even the origin of Igbo land. He met Nnamdi Kanu and extracted that commitment from him. Before then, people like the late Ubazuleke Amechi, they also tried to convince Nnamdi Kanu to say he is not interested in sit at home anymore. Nnamdi Kanu is not interested anymore. So who are the people still forcing our people to sit in their houses? Come on. We've got to get to the root of this, deal decisively with these elements who are destroying the economy of the Southeast. People are now diverting their businesses to Akwa Ibom, to other places. I mean, what is the benefit of that? Look at what they've reduced.
Let's leave it there for now. Tony, in taking this thing home, the Southeast is in a quandary.
Yes.
Of sorts.
Yes, they need to sit down. They must have the agreement. It's supposed to be like a stakeholder meeting. Everybody that comes from the Southeast must agree that they must sort this problem. There won't be any deceit. Because right now, just as JJ said, Nnamdi Kanu has said, many times, we are no longer interested. So who are those people who are doing this? They are not spirits. They come out from Southeast. Some people know them. So if truly they want to stop it, it's achievable. It's achievable. It's just the truth.
CK, and you're watching the Southeast, and you think you are watching a crazily produced horror film.
Yes, exactly. But as I said, it will take everybody, every stakeholder in Igbo land to be able to get this done. I'm talking about the leaders, traditional leaders, the religious institutions, especially the Christian, because people of this place are majority Christians, the pastors, the reverends, fathers, the mothers, and everybody must agree to it and to be able to make sure that because if you see what the Southeast is losing every month from this crisis, it is quite unbelievable.
Okay.
And it has to come to an end.
Gentlemen, I must agree that a solution is never as easy to find as someone to blame for the problem. The Southeast on my mind. I want to say, Tony Nwaje, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Chris Kende Wandu, many thanks for coming.
Always.
And of course, Jide, I thank you very kindly. Keep fit. So that's it on the program for today. If you missed any part of it, join us later tonight at 11 p.m. For a repeat broadcast. But then, of course, the show comes back tomorrow at 5 in the evening. And don't forget the Sunday edition that hits the airways from 1:30 p.m. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Usain. Bye-bye now. Take care.
Deadly syndicate, an overdue vengeance, a sacrifice of blood.